Hi guys, it's me, Skylar Capri, and today we'll be doing part 3 of rumored fragrances to be returning for either Body Care Day or Winter Semi-Annual Sale. In part 3, we'll be covering things like Fresh Jungle Rain, Prismatic Stars, Twilight Woods. We have a lot of exciting fragrances. Now, that being said, if you're returning to my channel, welcome back. And if you're new here, welcome. We do all things Bath & Body Works, especially the body care. So if that sounds like something interesting to you, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And without further ado, let's dive right on into the video. All right, you guys, so I'm going to sit on this side of the screen and put some images up right here, but all of this information was sourced off lifeinsidethepage.blogspot.com, specifically her post about this and that. Life Inside the Page is really your one-stop shop for all things Bath & Body Works, whether it be sales or spoilers, and as always, I will have the direct link to the post I was looking at in the description box down below, so make sure to go ahead and check her out. Let's dive into the first of our 7 fragrances today, and the first one is going to be Golden Hour Coast. Now, Golden Hour Coast came out a couple of years ago as part of a fall collection, and this one has notes of Sun-Kissed Bergamot, Golden Pear, and Radiant Woods. Now, if you watched part 2, we did see that Emerald Mist is also rumored to be coming back, and Emerald Mist has notes of Fresh Rainfall, Sun-Kissed Pear, and Blonde Woods. So, sort of similar scent stories from the woods perspective, from the pear perspective. Golden Hour Coast is not one that particularly sticks out in my mind. I think it was a nice fragrance for fall. It hasn't been something that they've been continuously bringing back, so I don't know if this one did as well as some of the other more traditional fall fragrances, like a Sweater Weather, like a Champagne Apples and Honey. So I did think it was a little bit of an interesting choice to be on a rumored returning list, but nonetheless, it's a pretty fragrance. Do I think it's going to be anything unique amongst this lineup? Not really. Maybe it might be Battle of the Pear fragrances if they both come out, but I don't know. This is not one that I think a lot of people are going to be going crazy for, especially not like something knowing that we have maybe Bonfire Bash coming back. I think a lot of people are going to go crazy for that one. So I think it's a nice fragrance. I don't think it's anything like groundbreaking though. Now, the next fragrance we have is called Jungle Rainforest. And I am not familiar with any true body care called Jungle Rainforest. The only body care that I'm familiar with that has some sort of a similar name to this is Fresh Jungle Rainfall, which came out about the same time as Watermelon Mojito and then Golden Mango Lagoon. They all came out as part of a tropical collection a couple of years back. Now, Fresh Jungle Rain has fragrance notes of rain-kissed palms, Amazon dragon fruit, and misty breeze. This one was interesting. A lot of these did end up in the summer SAS bins, at least in my store. So again, another interesting one to bring back. I think some people are going to love it. I think some people are going to hate this fragrance. It's a true almost like wet fragrance. It's almost outdoorsy. A lot of people I saw that did Project Use It Ups with this one mainly used it as a room spray. So a little bit of food for thought there. I thought it was an interesting choice to be on a rumored returning list, but very different than anything that we're currently seeing in the lineup. So maybe that might be the piece that they're going after. The next one we have is Pinkberry Clouds. Now, if you watch my channel back when I revised it from more of a lifestyle channel into a Bath & Body Works channel, I primarily did Project Use It Ups. I think I was honestly exclusively Project Use It Ups for a while, and I had a mini fine fragrance mist in Pinkberry Clouds that was an absolute battle to get through. Pinkberry Clouds has notes of strawberry sponge sugar, marshmallow fluff, and fresh air, and on paper it sounds like something I would absolutely love. However, unfortunately, and I'm not sure if it was just the spray that I had, it was the most artificial, strong, like really pungent smelling strawberry I have ever smelled in my life. It was like so fake and just terrible. I vividly remember like truly battling my way using that one up. So I would love for this one to surprise me. As from a notes perspective, it sounds like it's right up my alley. However, the last one I had just was not for me. So I know some people might be really excited about its return, and I'm thrilled for you. I would love to go back in stores, re-smell this, and maybe see if there was a revamp, or maybe it was just my mist had been sitting around for a little bit too long. However, as of now, Pinkberry Clouds will be a no from me. The next fragrance we have is Prismatic Stars. I believe Prismatic Stars came out as part of a trio, and I don't think the other ones we have seen since. I don't think it came out with In the Stars. I think In the Stars was a separate signature fragrance, but Prismatic Stars, I want to say it came out with something like Sapphire Moon. Like there was a purple, a red, and a blue, and Prismatic Stars was the purple one. That being said, Prismatic Stars has notes of Raspberry Stardust, Mystic Plum, and Cosmic Cashmere. It's pretty, it's berry fragrance forward. If you like a pretty berry fragrance, I think this one will be right up your alley. As far in terms of like uniqueness, I don't think this one is anything particularly unique, but it is a very pretty fragrance nonetheless. Excited to see what they're going to do on packaging with this one. The next one we have is Snowy Morning. Now, Snowy Morning, we have not seen back in a couple of years, probably 4, 5, 6 years now. And Snowy Morning, you know it's an old fragrance when there's like 18 fragrance notes. Really, there's like 6, but usually in Bath & Body Works fragrances, the past couple of years, it only goes up to 3. In years prior, it would have like a scent story and like 6 fragrance notes, so a lot more in depth. So Snowy Morning, we have Frosted Bergamot, Mistletoe Berry, Fresh Balsam, Snow-Kissed Lavender, and Frozen Juniper. A very interesting mix of things here. So we have things like the mistletoe and the balsam, which is definitely going to give it that pine woodsy, but we also have things like the lavender and the juniper, which might add more of a floral note to it. So this is going to be an interesting one. In all like candidness, I don't really remember this one too much. I remember smelling it in stores and not picking it up. I just don't think it was for me, but I'm really excited to give this one another smell and another go, as I think the packaging when it originally debuted, it's like that tealy green packaging, was super duper pretty. So excited to see this one returning, as it is one of those more niche selective winter fragrances that I feel like broadly a lot of people would love more of those niche winter fragrances to be coming back out. Now the last one, or I'm sorry, the second to last one we have is Twilight Woods. Twilight Woods likes to make an appearance every couple of years, and this one has notes of lush berry, sparkling mandarin, soft mimosa, apricot nectar, and cypress woods. It's a pretty fragrance. We see it kind of coming and going. Not surprised to see this one returning. If this one is like your ride or die fragrance from a couple of years ago, definitely make sure you pick it up. It's a pretty fragrance, nothing extremely like out of the blue here, but again, it's nice. It was part of a signature line, no complaints. I think a lot of people is going to be a great opportunity to restock. Now, the official last fragrance we have is Wrapped in Sunshine. Now, Wrapped in Sunshine, originally when I heard this one, I did have trouble placing a name to this. I think originally I was thinking of Forever Sunshine, which is definitely not Wrapped in Sunshine. Wrapped in Sunshine actually came out as part of a fall collection back when Crisp Morning Air came out in the body care. So for all of those people that really wish they could see Crisp Morning Air in body care, it has happened once before. However, I think outside of that year, we have yet to see it come back. Now, Wrapped in Sunshine, I'm going to give you like 3 seconds to guess what this one might be, because when I was going back and looking at this, I was really surprised to see a fragrance like this coming out for fall. So if you want to take like 3 seconds to guess the fragrance note that threw me off. If you guessed peach, you are correct. So Wrapped in Sunshine has notes of golden citrus, white peach, and blonde woods. And when I think fall fragrances, I am not thinking peach. Probably a large reason as to why we haven't seen Wrapped in Sunshine back as part of a fall collection since ever. That being said, speaking on the topic of peach, amongst these returning fragrances, amongst what we're seeing in the typical lineup that's already been confirmed and released, we are seeing so much peach. In the earlier video, I believe part 1 of the rumored SAS and body care scents I did, we talked about Pretty as a Peach. Now that one has notes of blushing peach, jasmine petals, white nectarine, apple blossom, and sheer freesia. So we talked about Pretty as a Peach. We also talked about in the mini spoilers video I did, Snowy Peachberry, which is set to make a return. Now we have Wrapped in Sunshine, which has a peach fragrance. Also as part of the scent lab, so those mini fine fragrance mists that I believe have hit the majority of stores, there is a peach fragrance in there. Bath & Body Works seems to be like pushing peach on the like down low, like it's not really at the forefront, but it seems to be coming around. So I don't know if they're going to be doing maybe a peach fragrance as part of a signature line drop in 2026. I'm not sure, but I did think it was a mysterious amount of peach that we're seeing across the fragrance board in the notes section. Well, that being said, that really wraps up this video. As far as what am I excited about coming out from part 3 of this, I think I'm more so interested in smelling that new Jungle Rainforest. I'm not sure if it's just going to be fresh Jungle Rain repackaged, but I am excited to smell that. I'm always excited to smell Twilight Woods. That one is more of a nostalgic piece for me. I just remember people around me wearing it. I never really wore it, but I just remember the fragrance, so I feel like that's exciting in itself. But let me know in the comments down below what you are most excited about out of the ones that we discussed today. As always, I love reading your comments, responding to them. You guys have been going off the charts in comments lately, so I apologize if it's taking me a little bit longer to get through them all, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful, and I will see you all in my next one. Bye, guys.